And what type of business do you consider this?
This is an entertainment business. We basically provide fun, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So what we do is we build custom inflatable products for mega yachts. We build them for resorts, campgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Those types of places. Cruise ships, cruise lines, that kind of thing. Everything that we do is custom, though.
And are you the founder?
Yes.
Yes. And is this a family business?
It is, yes. Pretty much everyone in the family is involved.
And where is your primary location of business?
Here in St. Pete. Yep.
Okay.
This is where this is the head office. This is where we're based as far as sales and marketing. Our manufacturing is all done in China, but we sell to 6 different continents.
Okay.
We're on basically every continent except for Antarctica.
So who is your primary customer?
I'd say about 60% of our business goes to the mega yacht industry, which is a very niche market. There's really only about 5,000 to 6,000 mega yachts in the world, but that is a great niche for us. We customize slides, we customize docks, jet ski docks, pools, all kinds of fenders and things for that market. The rest of our business is broken up between resorts and campgrounds, I would say.
How did you formally establish your business plan and model?
That's a good question. It all started back in 2002 when I had a concept that someone introduced to me from South Africa, which is where I'm from originally. It was a water slide, inflatable water slide that was very rudimentary, kind of a backyard job that this guy did. But the idea was to build something on the same scale as you would see in a water park, but an inflatable. So no one had ever done anything that big. You've seen the bounce houses and the jumping castles and that sort of thing. So the idea was to build something like a water park slide, but inflatable. So we brought this prototype over from South Africa in 2002, managed to get our first location here on St. Pete Beach at the Tradewinds, which of course you were there at the time, and it took off. It was a success, and from there we got a lot of people inquiring about buying the product, and so naturally we just basically it just evolved into a point where we decided we had to start building these products because there was a demand. From there we started manufacturing. So the business model really revolved around this concept of having a slide on the same scale as what you have in water parks, but the idea was to be able to put it on beaches, public beaches, to bring your water park, so to speak, to the public.
Okay.
That had never been done before. You always have to go to a water park to a certain venue and pay a fee to go in. What we were doing is we were bringing our product directly to the public instead of having them come to us.
Okay.
And with the beach, a public beach, you've got a captive audience. So you put your slide there, and it's hot. It's summertime, and it's a water slide, and it's huge, and it's got this incredible wow factor. You've got an instant built-in clientele right there without having to do any advertising. So that was the concept, and really that's how our business models started. And really, basically, initially we just had the one product, which we called the Hippo, and it became the world's largest inflatable water slide.
Okay.
And so once the demand started, we started building them, and then we sold this concept to our clients. This idea of bringing the water park to you, or bringing the water park to your guests.
And have you had to make any modifications since the original inception?
Oh yes, yeah. It's been an evolution. With any kind of prototype, new product, you're always going to find things that you can improve on, and not only from wear and tear standpoint, making the product last longer, making it work better, but also how do you make it more fun and exciting, So we put the first, like I said, the first one we put up in 2012. So we're looking at about 13 years now of research and development that we've done on this product, and it has continually evolved every year, and we've made it better and better. And I'm sure we're going to continue to improve on future models as well. Great.
So how much time, money, and planning did it take for you to decide to open up this business?
You know, when you go into a startup like this, a lot of times, you know, you'll have a business plan, a formal business plan, you'll have a budget and all these things. The problem with this was it was such a novel idea and concept. We really had no idea how to budget for it. We had no idea what the costs were going to be involved. So we kind of, you know, were shooting from the hip in the beginning.
How did you obtain startup capital?
Well, we basically did like a lot of people do. We financed it ourselves through credit. We managed to get a small loan, you know, through the bank. Mm-hmm. But it's difficult to get money for a proposition like this, especially when it's something so novel and it's never been done before. So we really basically financed it out of our own pocket, you know, from the start. Yeah. So it was really just a matter of, you know, we didn't put a lot of money in initially, but fortunately the product did really well with sales. Mm-hmm. So we were able to take those revenues and put it back into the business and grow the business that way. Great. Which is the beauty about this product. It's pretty low cost, low maintenance when you look at the return on your investment, mm-hmm. Especially if you have the right location. And fortunately, right from the beginning, we managed to put it on a very good location, which is still there. Yeah. After 13 years, they've had the product there, and it's a huge success. I mean, the product today does over $1 million a year in this particular location where we first put it.
Okay, so how, what, when, and where do you advertise and promote your business?
All right, it depends on which part of our business, but for instance, on the yachting side, we advertise in all the yachting magazines. So pretty much any of the magazines you would pick up in a bookstore or at the airport that has anything to do with yachts, you'll see our ads in there. We do trade shows. We do online marketing, you know, all the social media, Facebook, Twitter, mm-hmm. those are all things that we utilize. And then, of course, word of mouth is probably the best thing for us because people see the product, they go down it, they're blown away by it, and they want to know where they can get one.
What do you think is the most important quality in an employee?
I think, you know, I think number one is honesty and integrity. Someone that's passionate about what we're doing, and it's not just someone just doing their job just to have a job, but they're passionate about the product. And, you know, so, you know, if you combine that passion with honesty, integrity, and hard work, I think that's the perfect employee.
So how do you balance your personal and work life with operating a business?
You know, for us, especially since my wife and I started the business together, and she still works full-time in the business as well, it's been a real challenge because, you know, being married, and we started the business right after we got married, so it was a huge challenge back then. You know, the thing is, you know, when you own a business, it's all about your passion, to me, and we both are passionate about what we do. We both love our job. We love our products. We love doing what we do. So that has helped us to balance it, so to speak, where, you know, we look forward to getting up in the morning doing mm-hmm. what we do. But it means you have to be disciplined as a married couple to put time aside, you know, for, you know, where you're not talking business. It's very hard when you own a business together like this. That's all you tend to talk about, even when you're out to, you know, on a dinner date. So we have you know, we've put parameters up, and we've said, look, you know, tonight we're going out. We're not going to talk about business. We're just going to focus on us. You know.
Right.
So you've just got to it really is just. You've got to be disciplined to keep that balance.
So what would you say makes your business a success?
Well, number one is the fact that our products are so much fun. People love our products. They love, using our products. So, that's, I think, the most important thing. And then the second thing is the quality, because, one thing you can do with product, you can sell it, but if you don't get that repeat customer and you don't get the referrals because of the quality, I think that could be a huge, especially in our industry, because there's a lot of competition, that could really prevent you from being successful. So for us, I think the fact that our products work and they're a lot of fun, and then the quality of the products keep people coming back.
What would you say is the biggest challenge you faced?
The biggest challenge for us, as far as the product itself, was just getting it to the point where you could make it marketable, where you could make it something that you could sell and other people could use successfully,
If you would change one thing about the way you operate your business, what would you change?
I would definitely add more trade shows to what we're already doing. And I would just continue to expand our marketing efforts. There's other areas that we need to be focusing on that we're not. But it's all based on what budget you have, your annual budget. So you can only do so much. And then also fine-tuning the things that we're doing. Maybe, looking at certain things that really aren't producing, for the amount of money we're spending. And then refocusing that capital into some other area of marketing.
Who or what was your inspiration to start up your business?
I can't really pinpoint it down to just one person or one company. I think it's just a combination of many people that have come along in my life. There is one person in particular that taught me a lot, that I learned through him. Was a guy in the real estate business who was actually he was a motivational speaker, but I actually became really good friends with him, and I worked with him for a while as well. And I would say, he taught me a lot when it came to sales and the approach that you need to have, and marketing and advertising being so important. One of the things he always used to say, which has stuck with me forever, ever since I've known him, is perception is reality. And it sounds simple, but that actually, there's a lot to that. People out there that are buying products, they buy based on their perception. That's their reality. So you have to create the perception that you want your clients to have.
My last question for you is, what advice can you give someone starting out their own new business?
There's two things that I would say are the most important. Number one is passion. A lot of people want to start a business because they think they can make a lot of money. And that's how I was when I was younger. I thought, I want to make a lot of money. All right. And, the pitfall there is you could get into doing things that you really aren't passionate about, you really don't care about. You're just doing it to make money, and you're not going to be successful. Maybe you will if you can persevere, but you won't be happy. So number one, I think you need to find something you're really passionate about, that you really love. I think that's utmost important. And then you need to have perseverance. That to me is the second most important thing, because there is no secret formula to becoming successful in business. I always used to think there was, and I was always looking for the secret formula, and going to all these, different conventions, and listening to motivational speakers and reading books and all that, looking for the 7 steps or the 10. Now there's a lot of good things that come out of that you have to learn. I mean, there's certain things, basics that you need to know when you're going into business, and that you need to develop certain skills. But I don't care how many skills you have and how much knowledge you have, if you're not willing to persevere through the tough times, you're not going to make it. And there were many times that we were told, you're insolvent, you need to give up, just throw in the towel. And we said, because of our passion for what we were doing, we refused, and we persevered. And I really believe those are the two main reasons that we've been able to be successful, and we're still around, and we're still going to be doing this for a long time. So I think that would be the way I see it.
It's Great. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.